All right, there we go. I was having a little trouble getting started this morning. Good morning, guys. Morning, morning, morning. Let me know if
It
you can
took
hear
off
me.
like a rocket.
Yeah, man. I was trying to share my screen and tell you guys I was anticipating it going up, and I'm actually already buying up to about 690. You'll see in mentorship chat, I just dropped some messages to you.
Yeah,
We just broke
I
that
saw that.
high. So I'm gonna move my stop to break even on this. I just barely tapped the high. I was really hoping it'd go up to that next zone, that volume zone. If it does, that'll be a done for day type of situation. But I'm gonna start looking for a sell right around there.
Around where? Brief around what?
Right. If you look at my screen here,
Okay, just
I
a
was.
sec, I'm just quickly looking at your
Oh yeah,
other.
yeah. It's all good. Um,
Yeah.
Same thing. I was thinking price would break overnight highs and run up to that volume level. Right now, it just
Oh,
seems
yeah.
to just barely have tapped overnight highs by a literally 2 points or so. It's gone up but by 2 points, and that's it. So let's see.
Oh, yeah, I
Um,
see.
yeah, yeah. And so if it would, I added these. So I did the markup first, and then I added the volume zones on there, and I saw that volume zone was right there inside of that area there.
And if you also look from that indicator you told us about, like that session, like the first hour thing,
Hmm.
the top of that line is at 683.
Oh, from yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I noticed we didn't even break out of our initial range all day yesterday until the very afternoon, like late in the afternoon. I went ahead and closed my buy trade that I was in. I got in at 635 and I got out at 63. So I got about 35 points on it. It was over
Nice.
$500. Wow. Yeah, the thing did take off.
I'm not sure if it's my sound, but my I can't hear anything. Are you talking?
We are talking.
You can't hear us, so type in the
Okay, I'm
chat
gonna log
maybe.
out and log back in.
All right, maybe that'll work. Yeah, she is having some trouble before. I've tried to help her get set up. All right. Well, I missed the flush, but it was because I was busy. I was doing other things, but I did get the trade up. So it did a pretty good flush. Y'all see that? Look, it ran right up into this zone. We had a pretty good switch from buyers to sellers. Now it hasn't pushed way down. I'm not convinced that we're gonna push down, but I could have made money off of that. Guaranteed, I could have made my money. That would have been a trade right here. If I would have sold when this candle closed, stop right above the high right here. And I even could have waited until price showed me that it could go a little bit lower. So I could have even gotten in a little bit lower, put the stop right up above there, target either this volume level or even 1 to 1, which is just fine. That'd have been a guaranteed win right out of open. So I don't see anything with that. But I was trying to see price go up to these higher levels. So because of my target up here, my bias, I didn't actually see the flush setting up. My brain ignored it. But that's all right. That's all right. Hopefully some of you guys saw that trade come in right there. Thank you. All right. Just got us a Titan trade. First Titan trade. We hit TP on so far.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. What are you guys doing here? You guys primarily looking for Titan trades. What do you guys do? A lot of you guys take trades at the open, like right when the candle, like right when the market opens. Are you guys trying to take trades right then and there, or are you just sitting and waiting for Titan trades or volume levels? What are
For
most of you
me,
guys doing?
I'm waiting on Titan.
Waiting on Titans. Do you wait a little bit after the open,
Yes.
or you just take them when they come?
No, yeah, when they come.
Okay. All right. Look, we might end up going up there after all. Might be up if it does break above there. That's from 678 up to 690. That's another 20, 20, 25 points right there. It's $500 trade between here and up there if price does continue going. Um, let's see here. Hold on, I gotta grab the door. Yeah, I figured I'd drop in chat. The crowd would be going wild after those 2 tight in trades win. Yeah, I figured I'd
I'm
drop.
not sure if you can hear me or not, but I have to listen to you on Facebook. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not, but
It's
I have
echoing.
to listen to you on Facebook.
I think she's hearing herself on Facebook
Yeah.
through our Discord. Yeah, I can hear you, Gabriella. We can hear you, but for some reason we can't hear you on Discord. So today, later on, I think the best thing that we could do is I could just hop back on with you like I did yesterday, and I'll look at your Discord settings and I can help you get that set up. I know exactly where the button is. I can if you can hear me on your computer on Facebook, I can fix it on Discord. So we'll after I'm done trading today, just shoot me
Okay,
a
thank you. And I did catch 2 Titans, by the way.
okay, perfect. Then you're done for the day. Good job. Great, great, great. I know that's got to be weird. She's trying to talk to us through Discord, and then Facebook is probably like 10 seconds delayed. So
And Ken, Apex did it again. They extended the sale until the 11th.
hey, I'm starting to feel like we're really onto them, huh?
Yeah. I actually bought, I don't know if you saw in the chat there, I bought one and passed one in like an hour last night.
I saw that. Yeah, I
Wanted
saw that last night.
to
That was
take
nice.
take advantage of that. I might even do like another one. I mean, just for, I mean, they're just so cheap. Even if you don't pass it, it's like $20.
Mm-hmm. Come over here and give me a hug. Whoa, don't. Are those wet? Oh, okay. Love you. All right, we just tapped this little zone here. Man, that was so perfect though. That little break. See, I keep telling you to watch these areas here. I don't know why anyone would want to trade anywhere else except for it. It's not every day either. Let me just be real clear. It's not every day, right? We talked about this yesterday, but some days you'll have the opportunity where it's almost always the first push out over from overnight. Yesterday was a little different. Like I don't like them as much when when the overnight highs are being made as the session opens, because then it's just like a continuation of what's already going on. So like yesterday, that's what that was, but it still gave an opportunity yesterday. But there's other days you pay attention, close enough attention, and you'll see that a lot of times, I know I got a lot of lines on my chart right now, but just pay attention to the orange one. Price popped out right here. You're looking for your sell. Price popped out right here. You're looking for your buy. And even if it's counter trend, or even if it wasn't a super long buy, it's money. That's what we're here to do, is make consistent money in the market. So you can go in. You can, this could be an opportunity, a system or a strategy that with probability you can go extract X amount of money from the market each day. So I really like watching those, and it's great that it happens the same time every day too. Oh, there we go. Now we're popping up above it. See, this is why I marked these up in the trading chat, because I was thinking, to see where it would have been most probable is if price would have immediately broke out and ran straight to that level. God, it'd have been hard not to trade from this level here back down to this old range right here. And like, because I keep telling y'all, just go 1-to-1, just go 1-to-1, and just get your profits, because holding on to the trades is harder. But that would have been a hard one to not try to hold on to, just because of the price action. See, there it is. Boom, right up to the level. Just watch and see. We're gonna have to wait and watch. See how, once this candle closes, I'm gonna just start watching each candle thereafter. I don't really need to trade. Like I said, at this point, what I really wanted was price to come straight out, tap it, liquidity grab style, and then push right back in. All right, this is still going higher for now, so we'll keep watching it. We got 2 volume levels up here. So, but I'll still look for a flush here. There's a lot of liquidity up here. I'm just looking at the depth of market, and it's like, well, right now we've got limit orders chasing price up. Got big old fat sell limits stacked up above here. Shoot, all of this slow moving stuff might have been just in preparation for that move. What are you guys analyzing? Anybody analyzing anything, observing anything, thinking anything?
I was going to ask you, so you think it's going higher, or you think it's just going to touch and then go back down?
I'm gonna let it tell me right now. So I'm just kind of watching and waiting to see if it goes up or down. So right now I'm leaning more towards it going down, but that's just because of the way I look at the market. I'm looking for prices to come up here, and then I'm looking to sell into that what looks like strength. So I'm trading price action. So until you go over the order flow course I'm releasing, it won't make a ton of sense. It's what I talk about each day when I'm here, right? Is like right here. We see the buyers pushing price up. It taps into a zone that we're aware of, right? And then looking for price to actually switch hands from aggressive buying into selling. So essentially, what I'm looking for is an aggressive push up into a zone and then rejection, right? So I want to see, what rejection would look like really is, I mean, like this is as low risk. Literally, this is as low risk as you could get right here with where the price is selling like right here. Because if it goes above the high, you should be out. Don't sell unless you're ready to put a stop loss above the high immediately, because that's where my invalidation point is at as well. So, like what I'd be looking to do is get in and I like them when they're right up here where they're at, because they're low risk. It's only a couple hundred, like entering right now, your stop loss above the high is $150. It's $150 trade. People risk $150 on trades all the time, so and more. All right, so that one didn't work. So now we just reset the whole workflow. We're still, if we are still looking for a sell, then what we want to do is we want to see a change of hands. So if you're watching order flow, what you would have seen is buyers pushing the price up, sellers stepped in, not too aggressively, but they stepped in. We'll say they stepped in, right? They stepped in. We could see a presence of sellers, so we would want to sell and we'd want to put our stop right above the high, because we're expecting that there was a handoff from buyers to sellers. They're not all right, right? Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. That one was wrong. Now we do the same thing. That's all you're ever really waiting for when you're trading, especially if you're trading price action, is you're waiting for, buy signals or sell signals. I'm just using a shift in order flow to identify when I want to actually take that trade. So I use the price action, which is price actually showing me if it can go up or down, and then I will trade it accordingly. All right, we're coming up to our next little zone here. This was yesterday's overnight highs. So I'll keep looking for the same thing here. And see, and that's the thing. What's fun about this to me, and you guys will be doing the same thing very soon, if you're not already doing it, is this is the easiest way to where everybody says you keep your losses small and your winners bigger. This is the easiest way to do it because it's up to you. It's up to you to take a trade, and you only take a trade if the risk is small. So you define how much you want your risk to be, and that's where you're going to enter. Like right here, right now, I could see that buyers pushed price up. I could also see that sellers entered in this candle, right? So I can see that sellers started to enter in that green candle there. I'd be like, I'd really be honest, like, well, it's a little too big now, but at the opening price of this red candle, and your risk is still 225, so it's whatever. But it's not the best. But what I was getting at is like, seeing the sellers coming in and now seeing that price can go lower. If price fails to go higher, I can assume that we have sellers in the market. Now it's up to me to find the low risk setup. So, if I want to risk, say, $200 on these, then I know exactly where I enter. I can measure, okay, well, between here and here, this is 25 points. That's $500. Can't enter there because that's a $500 risk. I would have to enter up here. If I wanted to risk $200 and I know I enter here, I put my stop loss right there. It's about 12 points. And I could take that trade. So I can always keep my risk what I want it to be, trading at areas that I want to trade at. I can always let a trade run if I want to, but I'm trying to stop myself from doing that. Um, I definitely did make more money. I was making about double the amount of money by holding my trades, but it was uncomfortable for me. I'm telling you, I spent like a while holding on to my trades, and I just was like, man, this is not for me. Even making more money, it wasn't as, I don't know, it wasn't as fun to trade. Yes, this here, see, it didn't straight flush and turn around. So if you wanted to take the trade, like I said earlier, it's getting up into that low risk area. You could look for sells right here, but it really didn't flush. A flush looks like this. Price comes up and price comes down, just like that. This went up, it went down, and now see, this is, if you try to sell here, it's more like you're like kind of hoping, like, oh, I hope it works. No, no, no. Normally I'm looking to enter here, stop loss here, and maybe I get a quick low volume retest. One candle that just shoots up here, retests, and then in that same candle goes down. And that could be my entry and my exit all in one. So like, but this is more of a slower rotation. When I see that happening, if I'm in a trade, I'll normally just get out of the trade because I don't want to sit there and hope that the trade works. I can sit there and hope that it works and then take a full loss, or I could miss out on a winner, right? But again, it's why take the loss if I can literally see it and it's giving me a chance to exit the trade. I was expecting one thing to happen that didn't happen. Go ahead and get myself out of here.
I don't know what's going on today. I think my service is nervous. I keep getting disconnected.
Service is nervous.
Yeah. My girl taught me that. My service is nervous.
That's
I
funny.
don't know. Keeps kicking me out.
Yeah, it might be. You might just need to restart your router, your internet box.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I think I'm gonna try that.
Real time. Oh, yep, it poked up above the high, so now we're just gonna keep on watching it. I'm not doing anything. Let's see here. You're just in the area. I don't like those when they do that. When that one little wick, it kind of breaks my rules. Kind of breaks my rules. Sometimes I still go for it. Sometimes I don't. We do have some very aggressive buying right now. Pushing up into there. Like, that doesn't mean that price has to go up. It's just telling you who was aggressive leading up to now. And even right now, I mean, I can see aggressive buyers, but the candle's pushing down. Wouldn't mind selling this one right now. I just need to see. I don't see the sellers yet. Maybe if I went to a lower time frame. I don't know. But if it doesn't, if it keeps going up right here, I'll probably take a break and let it do something for a little while, so I don't have to just sit here and watch it climb. For some people, like if y'all are using, this is where the Titan comes in. Like if you are not me, I'm not that good at just jumping on something that's just moving straight up. Like if it's already just moving straight up and it's moving fast like this, if you go to lower time frames, it may highlight some of these Titans where you're not going to see them on, like, say the 1 minute, because the 1 minute is just moving straight up like that. You can go to these lower time frames and see some, but that's the easiest way for me to get in is with a Titan when price is just trending up. My brain doesn't work like that for some reason. When I see price moving one direction and one direction only, it automatically makes me think that hold on, we're at 10 o'clock right here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it automatically. I don't know. I just feel late. I can't make myself buy into that for some reason. See if 10 o'clock does it, huh? 10 o'clock, drop it back down. That'd be sweet. Or push it up. I don't care at this point. What do we want? Do we want fat 401ks or do we want to sell this thing?
I think we're going to see a little bit of retracement before price goes back to that 800 level is what I think.
Oh, you mean, yeah, I guess we are. So hold on a second here. 800.
Or maybe not. Maybe it's just going
Yeah,
straight to it.
no, you might be right. I was just when you said 800, I realized, wow, we're kind of almost back up to that 26,000 level, which was nearing the all-time high. So yeah, you might be right. We got a level marked up at 804. But
Yeah.
we got a Titan happening right now, don't we? Let's see. Thought I just saw it. This is a 1 minute. Oh no, it didn't set up because of how the candle set up. I'll be right back, you guys.
Damn, just when I thought about entering a short right there too. Seconds away.
All right, guys, I'm back again. This whole section, no Titan trades. All right, little recap though. For the session, looked a little crazy in the beginning, I know, but we did hit TP on the first Titan. We did hit TP on the second Titan, so we've won both of our Titan trades. Without Titans, we've had a couple opportunities, right, where price like came back, retested this area here, broke out of these zones here, broke out of those zones for buys here. I don't have the breakout mode turned on, but I can see here like it either way. I'm not gonna explain it. You guys know what that looks like. You can see the opportunities here. There's buy opportunities here, buy opportunities there. There would have been a buy opportunity here. There would have been two sell opportunities here. You would have been able to take advantage of one of them. It's way more than enough trading opportunities for an entire day that happened between open and now. So had some good trades. There's a Titan that just popped up right here. Good location. Nice. There's another one. So you guys should, if you're following Titans, you're in profit today. That's for sure. Let's see what gold's looking like. There's a couple Titans that I see right off the bat. It looks like we just had one on gold. It just now hitting TP2. $500 trade right there. Or if you're holding on from this bigger one here. I had one at open, right a few minutes after open, blasted through TP. We had one winner on gold. Very close, but very close doesn't. Oops, what did I do? Very close doesn't cut it. So you can see here we almost got to the TP. It was like literally one tick away from TP, but it didn't quite smack it. And then we had that followed up with another winner right there. So lost a trade, didn't want a trade, and then you had two winning trades.
Man, if only I wasn't walking around at work right now.
Wah,
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's going to be other times, that's for sure. Let's see where we are.
Very, very true.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Let's see. Huh, look at that. It's happening, but it's happening over here. Yeah, she had to go touch that she had to go touch that 750 level.
Oh, 44%.
Easy. An easy day. Give me a challenge. All right.
I'm waiting for that day to be easy too.
Oh, it's easy. It's already easy. All you do is click buttons. What's not easy is stopping and being okay with the amount of time it takes for you to realize that you're doing it right. you know, you're doing it right.
Yeah,
The funny thing is, you're doing it right. You just
yeah, I'm
don't
doing it right.
realize you're doing a good job until you do the job long enough. It's very tricky. But if you can just trust me, if you're trading your plan and you're sticking to your plan and you're trading your plan, and you're doing what you said you were gonna do. If me and you made a plan and you're doing it and you're sticking to it, then you're doing it. You're doing the right thing. Remember what I said is not your job. A lot of people, they're walking around carrying this heavy weight of this heavy responsibility. I've got to be profitable. I've got to be profitable. It's not your weight to carry. That's the strategy's job. Your job is to execute the strategy. That's it. So if what you're doing isn't profitable, it's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. All you did was show up and execute. The strategy is not profitable. You need to find yourself a profitable strategy. Remove yourself from the responsibility. Uh, you know, like you got a job, right? As long as you go to work and you do your job. If you go to work and you do your job and it ends up costing your company money, you know that it's okay. Hey, y'all told me to do that job. I did it exactly the way that you told me to do it, right? That's what you're gonna tell them. And you're gonna be like, "Hey, all I did was my job," and that's what you're gonna tell them. And they're gonna say, "You're right. We're gonna have to figure this out." And that job is gonna they're gonna say, "Let's come up with a new strategy." They're gonna come up with a new strategy, and they're gonna say, "Antoinette, from this point forward, these are now your duties." And I bet you're gonna do those. You're gonna do it just like they asked you to. So trading is
So,
easy. It is easy. It's a mental block. You have to stick to it long enough. You have to stick to it long enough, or hang out with people like me long enough that say the same thing over and over again until you just accept that as reality. And once you realize it, and you take it off of this, how it is, how it is, internet, when you want something real big, when you want something real bad, all of a sudden it becomes the on the pedestal, and it can get kind of crazy. I mean, when you say that you want something, isn't it the craziest thing how typical behavior, when you say you want something, you say, here's this thing I want, I want it, I've set my goal on it. And then what a lot of people do is they find 1,000 things in between now and them having that thing, and half of those things don't even exist. Half of those things don't even exist. They introduce all these problems for no reason. So it's the same thing. It's just trading is no different than anything else. When you put your mind to it and when you really want it, all of a sudden it becomes this thing that, all right, I gotta get it, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And then trading's even worse because you're the only one that's in charge. There's all these different strategies. There's emotions and there's money, and it can be hard, but only if you get in your own way. Once you let go of that part, it'll be easy for you. I mean, all we do is click buttons.
It's literally how I got better. Literally.
hmm Yeah, and then the other thing too is You know, a lot of people, I don't know who this speaks to, but I know there's some people that are like this because I've dealt with people like this in my in the years that I've been coaching. Is that some people they don't really, you know, they want the success, but they don't treat it, they don't, you know, they really don't treat it with the respect that it deserves. You know, it's like I've seen a saying before, and it's very very correct, and it says something like you know, something to the effect of stop treating trading like a hobby, and it'll stop paying you like one, or you know, or it says stop treating trading like a or you know, or start treating trading like a business and it'll pay you like one, something like that. But it's the truth. Like, you know, a lot of people, they want to make six figures from trading, but they're not willing to learn how to become proficient on a computer, or they're not willing to, you know, s- stick to a strategy for 100 trade, you know, things like that. Like, you can't, you know, you can't just come in and say, hey, you know what, I mean, look, you could try, but look, doesn't that fall under the category of, if it was that easy, wouldn't everybody be doing that? Like, it's definitely not that easy. It does require a certain amount of discipline, but that's it. If you'll just get past the discipline part, then you just click the buttons. I clicked the buttons today, and here I am, and I show my results every single day. So these are my results from clicking the buttons today. And one of two things could happen. I could keep clicking buttons and I could make more, or I could make less. I could lose what I have, right? A couple different things could go on. What I do every single day is I anticipate something to happen. And that's why I share the screenshots in the chat. Like this morning, I shared with you guys prior to the market opening. I'm looking at the market and I'm saying, hey, look, there's random 345 buy orders just sitting, just hanging out right at 622. What are they doing up there? Meanwhile, price was trading down at 612. Right? So that's liquidity up there. I'm proactively looking at the market, and I'm looking for something to set up. I'm saying, okay, here's the market now. I'm not in a trade, but if the market comes here, or if the market comes here, you know, this is a specific thing that I'm looking for. That way, I'm not just getting surprised by an alert. I am anticipating something. It's more like I'm writing a movie, right? Or it's like I'm the director, right? And I'm just waiting for the scene to play out. You know, it's I'm not just waiting for an alert and then, oh, gotta go take a trade, mindlessly. I have visualized this trade. I know exactly what my trade looks like. I know what my most probable trades look like, and I know what my this might work type of trade looks like. Obviously, I'd rather take high quality A plus trading setups. I just do that every day. You have an edge, you know what works, you execute on that edge each day, and hopefully your edge plays out before you run out of daily risk amount. You know, you got your daily risk amount, and that's what you've got each day to produce a profit. And you know, you just do that same thing every single day. But you got to give it the focus and attention that, you know, that, like, if you want to be a successful trader, imagine what type of focus and attention you're going to be giving your trading. Give it that attention now. Don't 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 sit here and say, yeah, as soon as I get my funded accounts, I'll start trading the right way, and I'll treat it with respect, all that kind of stuff. That's like somebody saying, um I really want to be happy, but I cannot be happy. I can't be happy, and I can't be healthy. I can't be secure and feel fulfillment until I have the money. I want millions of dollars. I want millions of dollars. Once I have $1 million in my bank account, then I'm gonna feel happy, and then I'm gonna feel joy, and then I'm gonna feel confident and secure. You can't be walking around like that. You can't. What are you gonna do? You gonna wallow around in like the lack of having it, and you're not going to you're not going to take the same choices to go and get those actual things. And you know that's what they tell you. That all the books, all the videos, they say you gotta be it before it happens, right? Same thing with trading. Be a trader before you're a trader. You become a trader off the charts, and then you become a trader on the charts. Well, all right, guys. I'm just gonna hop off of here because I'm pretty much done. We're at about the 1 hour mark right now. So if there's something you want to watch, same thing I told you here in 5 minutes, we will have our 1 hour high, 1 hour low. So of the from the open till now, the initial balance, just like yesterday, right? And I've told you guys before to keep an eye on this because if you will keep an eye on it, price is pretty reactive to these areas. So like yesterday, let me make sure, yeah, Monday. Yesterday, this is initial balance, right? Yeah. So yesterday, right after initial balance closed, price popped above it one time, flushed out. This is an A+ quality setup right here. This is what you would want to call a decision point, right? And so it's got to go either up or down. So now I'm not talking about way over here. I'm talking about I'm looking at the first reaction right here. If you want to keep trying to trade it later, that's on you. But the first reaction is typically a decision point right here. And so most times this decision is important. If price expands and continues, it may be a trending day and price will just continue on up. Very good chance it'll go up to this next level, which is like a 50% move, right? And onward and so on. If it fails here at the initial balance, most times what happens is if it fails, right, it will end up back here or even at the other side of the range, which I think is what happened yesterday. Yeah. So you see, it failed yesterday, failed to break out, and came back in. And then look, bam, came down first time touching it, not the second time, not the third time, but the first time touching it, came right down to it, flushed, turned around, rejected, came right back down to at least the middle point, obviously up and past it. So, you could trade a lot of different areas, or you could focus on market, couple different high probability areas each day and focus your trades there. That's what I would do. That's about to happen right now. You can take advantage of that. That happens on everything: NASDAQ, ES, YM, anything, everything. So for everyone else, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning at 9:30. I will send out the order flow course. I was reviewing it last night, you guys. For everyone that is waiting, I reviewed it last night. I did find some errors. I am fixing those errors as we speak. So I'm actually going through the entire video. Like I'm kind of skimming through it myself. So it is fully done. It's printed out. Everything's ready. I found like some little typos. I'm just going to tell y'all ahead of time. I used a new program to help me build the PDF. So basically, I wrote it all and I compiled it all in a note, like a notepad and a WordPad, and then I transferred all of it into this program that has built-in AI. So the idea behind it was I was going to be able to drop my long form book essentially into it, and it was going to format it for me, and then it was supposed to find stock images. I thought the stock images were going to be more relevant to the lessons, but they're just like basic stock images, like, charts and stuff. And so, but anyways, it some of because I'm pasting it into this program and then it's reprocessing everything, I've noticed some areas where like some of the words get moved around. Like I'll notice like some key points, like some bullet points that were supposed to be in one place. They were moved like down below the next paragraph, or below an image when it should have been below the text. There's gonna be little simple things like that. You guys don't beat me up too bad. This is the first time I've ever made a PDF. Okay, so go through it. If you find mistakes, let me know. I am literally already actively rebuilding the course, like as we speak. So I'm gonna release this one just because I want you guys to start getting this order flow knowledge. This is for all mentorship. You guys all will have access to this. All right. So that way
I got
you're
my
gonna be
sound to
able.
work.
What?
I got the sound to work, and then I just wanted to
Oh,
say
nice.
kudos for your effort in everything that you do for us. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, and great. Was it the little button in Discord? The one
No,
that
what
looked
happened
like.
is that I had a work computer that I was trying to use and then do my other stuff on my personal computer.
Okay.
So on the work computer, it was the one, but now when I went back to my personal, it was fine. So thank you.
If you're on your computer, your work computer later, and need help, but let me know. I'll help you. I know I can fix it. So I'm gonna go and send that out to you guys. I am. This has been really hard for me. So it's just how I am. Whenever I make a course or something like that, I want it to have a big impact. So that's why it takes me a little longer to release things, just because it's just how I do. But once I release it, I'm already going through and I'm just making a super dumbed down but effective crash course. So for those of you, you're gonna watch the course. I'm not joking, guys. It's hard to say. It's literally like 300 pages. Now there about 30 of those are just full-size images, right? So yeah, and all the pages aren't full, but it's everything. When I say it is a full and complete order flow course, it is full and complete. You're gonna know everything. You're going to have all the information, the mental information. And then what I'm doing is with that mental information, I'm taking that and I'm making more of a simplified strategy video where, because there's a lot of terms in order flow that you guys are going to come across, just like trading in general. There's a lot of trading terms. And as you guys know, like if any of you have ever gone through baby pips, let me give you an example. Baby pips, it's a great course for Forex. It's a great program. It's a great course that's been put together, but there is so much irrelevant information in there, right? But you still had to go through it. You still had to go through all those things because you didn't know what was going to be important or not. So you went through the course and you got all the little seeds of knowledge. And then later you started to learn strategies, and those little seeds that you picked up from baby pips you were able to use in combination with the strategies that you later learned. That's the idea of this course. Is I'm giving you everything, the whole enchilada, and then some of it you're going to use right away, some of it you're not, some of it's just going to be in your brain. But then when you watch the actual video, because what I'm doing is I'm giving you the reason the course is long, you guys, is because order flow, in order to be effective with order flow, you have to change the way you look at the market. You can't be looking at the market as if it is. You can't look at it the same way. And that's the thing. So don't even take this course unless you're ready to change the way that you look at the market completely, because most people look at the market the wrong way, and they're looking at it in terms of patterns and and predictions, this and that and all that kind of stuff. um when really and I'm not going to go into it because that's what I made the course for, but you should be looking at the market differently. And when you start to, if you think of the word order flow, see, a lot of people, what's funny is they don't actually know what moves the market. Why does the market tick up one or down one? Why is it actually moving up or down? All right. No, a lot of people don't actually know the mechanism and the engine behind how that happens. They just think that there's stronger buyers or stronger sellers. They don't really actually understand what's causing price to move and what's allowing price to move. And so this course is long because I spent a majority of the time trying to shift your perspective to thinking like an observer of the market, so that you can start to observe and see how price is reacting and look for a very specific type of behavior, a behavior that is associated with institutional order flow. And then only when you see that, then now you have your context, now you have your bias, now you know, okay, I'm riding the coattails, and let me focus. I'm riding the coattails of a bigger player. Let me focus. Let me make sure that I am lined up, right? And then that's how we catch these moves that are effortless, where where you take the trade, it works out, you don't spend a lot of time in it, you don't spend time hoping. You can tell there's force behind those trades because you're not trading against the big guys, you're trading with them. So, or you're trading based on their intentions at least. So yeah, I'll do that and get that out today. I'm just finishing up a few things. Found some mistakes last night. I was up pretty late reading it. And so I'll finish that up. I'll upload it, and then I'll start doing the video course thing today. And can't wait to see what you guys think about it. So I'll see you guys in the morning, 9:30. Everybody enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you.
Same to you. Thanks,
You
man.
too.
All right. Later, guys.
Yep. Thanks, Gay.
Mhm.